Hey guys, welcome to another yoga class. So today I have for you a power yoga flow where we will progress to bird of paradise, right? So we will start to build a flow, right? We'll learn it, we'll go through it a few times, and then we will add in our bird of paradise. So if you don't know what bird of paradise is, it is a big hip opener. It is also a lot on the hamstrings and a lot on the shoulders, right? So we'll start off by kind of warming up all of those areas, and then don't worry about it if you don't get to the full expression of the pose. Work with what you got today, and then revisit the class and see if maybe doing it a few times you can really start to nail that pose. But okay, excellent. So we are going to get started standing at the top of the mat. Feet are about hip distance apart. Knees can be slightly bent. Roll the shoulders back. Sit up tall. Maybe bring hands through heart center. Take a big breath in, breath out. Take one more big breath in, let it go. Then we'll inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. So put a slight bend in the knees as you fold over the legs. Let the head hang heavy. And then maybe you sway a little side to side or you shake out the head. Take a big breath in, breath out. Then inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Come all the way back up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do that again. So we'll inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold over the legs. This time we'll add a little bit on. So inhale to a flat back. So maybe hands come to shins or thighs, but hands could always just kind of hang in the air, or maybe fingertips to ground, right? Whatever works for you. Fold back down over the legs. Then inhale, sweeping the arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, here we go. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And then exhale, just drop your hands behind your back. See if you could interlace fingers or grab opposite wrists, forearms, whatever. Then from here, roll the shoulders back and hug the elbows towards each other. So already you have an opening through the chest, through the shoulders. If it feels okay, you can certainly start to take the arms towards straight. Take a big breath in. On your breath out, bend the knees, fold over the legs. See if you can keep your hands behind the back, right? The hands can always stay connected to lower back. Just keep the shoulders and the elbows hugging towards each other behind you. But if it feels okay on the shoulders, you could always start to lift the hands away from the lower back. Let it fall behind you. Just breathe here. Every exhale, maybe you find a little bit more opening in the shoulders. On your next inhale, release the hands, sweep the arms all the way back up towards the ceiling. We come all the way to standing once more. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come down, bend the knees enough so that the hands can come down, right? And then step your left foot to the back of the mat. Bring your left knee down. Then from here, your hands are on either side of that right foot. We're just gonna kind of press the hips forward and then come back for a half splits, right? So we're gonna just move between low lunge and half splits. So in your half splits, that right knee can always stay slightly bent. Left hip is trying to stay over top of that left knee. And then we'll press back forward, bending back into that right knee low lunge. Pull the hips back, half splits. Just a few more times like that. Coming forward, then sending the hips back. One more time. Right, just opening up all the areas that we will need to open so we can actually find that bird of paradise. All right, so the next time that you come forward, plant the hands, lift the left knee, just step the left foot forward next to the right, fold over the legs. Then inhale to a flat back. Bend the knees enough, hands come down, right foot steps back, right knee comes down. And then again, so we'll just kind of press the hips forward in our low lunge, roll the shoulders back, and then pull the hips back, left leg goes towards straight half splits, right? Make any adjustments that you need. Okay, then we'll just move a few times, go at a pace that works for you. You certainly don't have to be going at my pace. You can go slower, you can go faster. The next time that you're forward in that low lunge, stay there for a moment. Then lift the right knee, walk the hands a bit more forward. Step the right foot next to the left, fold over the legs. Then inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead all the way to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, we're gonna keep on moving. So inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Then step that left foot back, but we'll keep the left knee up, right? So we're still in kind of some sort of variation of our low lunge, right? But then take your right hand inside the right foot, maybe heel toe the right foot towards the edge of the mat a little bit more. Okay, so a little bit more lizardy, right? Okay, then maybe just rock a little bit forward and backwards. Take a big breath in, breath out. All right, so just 2 times here. We're up on fingertips, and you can stay here the whole time if that feels better. But otherwise, take a big breath in. On your breath out, maybe you bend the elbows, sink the hips down towards the floor a little bit. Lizard lunge, right? Then inhale, rising up. Exhale, sinking down. One more time. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sink down. Then we'll just inhale to rise up. This time we'll step the right foot to the back of the mat, plank pose. Step the left foot outside of that left hand. We'll do all that on this side, right? So maybe just a gentle rocking forward and backwards. We're starting to heat up the legs, starting to open up the hips quite a bit. And then come back through center. We're up on fingertips. Take a big breath in. Breath out. Maybe you bend the elbows. Bring the hips and the heart towards the floor. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower it down. Then inhale to rise back up. Plant the hands. Send the left foot back, plank pose. And then our first kind of vinyasa, well, not really what I call a vinyasa today, at least, to the ground, right? So we'll lower all the way down to the ground. Find your cobra or your upward facing dog. So peeling the head and the chest off of the mat. And then we'll make our way back to downward facing dog. So however you want to get there. And when you do, hips are up in the air, knees can be bent. Maybe you pedal out the legs, right? Bending one knee and then the other. Any movement that feels good, just keep on breathing. Take a big breath in, breath out. And then on your next inhale, sweep that right leg back behind you. Bend the right knee, open up and stack the hips so that right hip will stack on top of the left hip. Take a big breath in. And then on your breath out, square off the hips, extend that right leg back out. Still 3-legged dog though. All right, we're gonna do that one more time. We're gonna open up, stack the hips, bend the right knee. And then straighten that leg out, square off the hips. All right, take a big breath in. And then on your breath out, bring that right knee forward into your chest. So we're coming through our plank pose, right? And then just see where you can step that right foot in between the hands. All right, then the left knee comes down. Inhale, sweep the arms up, low lunge. So this is kind of the first move, or I guess maybe that 3-legged dog was, the first move of our flow that we're gonna put together, right? So the first time that we see a pose, we'll hold it for a little bit longer, right? Then all the next rounds, we'll start to speed things up. So here we are, low lunge. Take a big breath in, breath out. Let's do one more big breath in. Then on your breath out, sweep the arms back as you lift the left knee. So we have airplane arms. The crown of the head is reaching forward. Right knee is over right ankle. So we've got crescent lunge legs, airplane arms. Take a big breath in. Breath out. Then inhale, crescent lunge. Just sweep the arms up. Crown of the head reaches towards the ceiling. Strong legs. That left foot is really strong, right? The heel is not going back towards the back of the mat, but instead we're pressing through the toes. We've got a really strong left leg. Take a big breath in. Breath out. And then just bring your hands down to the mat. Step that right foot back to plank. Move through any variation that you would like here to get back to downward facing dog. So you could lower down to cobra or upward facing dog. And then downward facing dog. Take a big breath in, breath out. Then inhale, sweep that left leg back behind you. Square off through the hips first. Feel that, but then bend the left knee, open up the hips, stack that left hip on top of the right hip. Right, your knee is pulling you up towards the ceiling. Take a big breath in, and then breath out, straighten that left leg, square off the hips. Inhale, fire hydrant, open the hips up. Exhale, square off the hips, left leg straight. One more time. Inhale, open. Exhale, square off the hips. And then come all the way forward. Bring that left knee into your chest. Plank pose. And then step that left foot forward. Bring the right knee down. Inhale, arm sweep up. Low lunge. Take a big breath in. Let it go. Settle into the pose. Then take a big breath in. Reach up a little bit higher. On your breath out, right, that right knee is going to come off of the mat. The arms sweep back for those airplane arms. Really strong legs here, right? Maybe the legs are already shaking. That is okay, mine too. Okay, hold it here. Right, your core is engaged. You're not just resting your torso on that left thigh. Then on your next inhale, just sweep the arms up, crescent lunge. The legs are still cooking. See if you can find some ease in the pose, right? We don't need to clench the jaw. We don't need to furrow the eyebrows. Then take one more big breath in. And on your breath out, hands come down. Step that left foot back. However you want to get back to downward facing dog, that is where we will meet. And once you get to that big downward facing dog, take a big breath in. Open your mouth, sigh it out. And then here we go, we'll add on. So inhale, sweep that right leg up. Open up the hips, stack the right hip on top of the left. Right knee is bent. Take a big breath in. And then breath out, straighten out through that leg, square off the hips. Inhale, open the hip up. Exhale, square it off. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, open up. Exhale, square it off. Bring the right knee into the chest to that plank pose. And then step the right foot forward. Inhale, low lunge. Left knee comes down, arms sweep up. Exhale to that crescent lunge, legs, airplane arms. Left knee is up, arms sweep back. Then inhale, rising up, crescent lunge. Take a big breath in. And then on your breath out, again, airplane the arms. So sweep the arms back as you reach your torso out over that right leg. Warrior 3. So either take a few little steps up with that left foot until you can lift the left leg back behind you. Or maybe you just take that one giant kind of leap into Warrior 3. So Warrior 3, right? We're trying to keep our hips relatively square to the ground. Our tendency is usually to open up. Let that left hip kind of lift, but we're gonna see if we can keep it down even with the right hip. Keep the shoulders rolling back, the heart reaching forward. Take a big breath in, breath out. Then reach the left toes back behind you, warrior two. So that left foot will plant down, parallel-ish to the back of the mat. Sweep the arms open. Right knee over that right ankle still. Warrior two. And then feel your feet grounding into the mat, right? That right foot is really strong, but that left foot is equally as strong. So press into the outer edge of that left foot, but then also press through the inner edge of that left foot. Body parts, okay? Then reverse your warrior. So reach that right hand up towards the ceiling. Left hand comes down the left leg. Feel lots of length through that right side body. Take a big breath in, breath out, and then side angle pose. So come back through that warrior two, but then keep reaching with that right hand. Either the right forearm comes to the right thigh. I like to heel toe my left foot in just a little bit to shorten my stance, right? And then the left arm reaches up. Or that right hand can slide down. Maybe it grabs onto the right ankle, or it comes to the floor or a block. Right, the legs are cooking. Take a big breath in. Breath out. Stay just a little bit longer. And then vinyasa to downward facing dog. Hands come down, right foot steps back. However you want to get there. Then take a big breath in. Breath out. Let's do all of that on the other side. So inhale, sweep that left leg back behind you. Bend the knee, open the hip, take a big breath in, and then breath out, straighten that leg, square the hips back off towards the floor. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. One more time, inhale, open. Exhale, reach that left leg out behind you, and then come forward to that plank, bring the left knee to your chest. Step the left foot forward. Here we go. Inhale, low lunge, sweep the arms up. Exhale, airplane crescent. Arm sweep back, right knee lifts up. Inhale, crescent lunge. And then once again, warrior three, right? So we're going to airplane the arms back. The torso reaches forward. A few steps or a hop into that warrior three. Okay, this is the only time that you're holding warrior three for several breaths, right? So stick with it. Let that leg shake. Let this be hard, perhaps. That's okay. Take one more big breath in. And then breath out, warrior two. Step that right foot back. Sweep the arms open. Check in with the legs, right? Make any adjustments that you need. And then take your gaze over your left middle finger, perhaps. Then flip your left palm, reverse your warrior. Reach that left arm up. Right hand comes down that right leg, perhaps. Take a big breath in. And then breath out, side angle. Left forearm to left thigh, or reach that left hand all the way down towards the floor. Your choice. Take a big breath in. Breath out. Legs are strong. One more big breath in. And then breath out. Vinyasa to downward facing dog. Okay, we're gonna add on a few more things. So take a big breath in, let it go. Then inhale, reach that right leg back behind you. We're just gonna do this once. So stack the hips, bend the right knee, and then open up, straighten through that right leg. Then draw the right knee into the chest, come forward to that plank pose. Step the right foot forward, left knee down. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, airplane crescent, left knee lifts. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior three. Now your arms are moving kind of opposite of your movement, right? So then inhale, warrior two, open up. Exhale just to stay for a moment. Then reverse your warrior. Reach that right arm up. Maybe this time you reach that left hand behind the back. Reach for a half bind, a partial bind. Then take a big breath in. On your breath out, if you've got that bind, keep it. Bring the right hand down towards the right ankle. Roll that left shoulder open, maybe gaze up, side angle. Now, either stay here, right? That left arm can keep reaching, or maybe you bring it behind the back. Bring that right arm down, and then see if you can get that right arm to come underneath of that right thigh. Maybe you can reach and grab fingertips. Just hold it here. Take a big breath in, breath out. Then release the hands. From here, we're just going to find our side plank. So we're going to bring that left hand down to the mat, left heel up, and then right arm reaches up. Then from here, heel toe that right foot towards the center of the mat a little bit more. We're going to keep it there. So instead of stacking that right foot on top of left, we'll keep that right foot propping us up a little bit. Inhale, reach that right arm up. Take a big breath in. On your breath out, let your left hip sink towards the floor. Keep pressing through that left hand though. Reach the right arm towards that extended left leg. And then inhale, press up, lift the hips, reach the right arm past the right ear. We're gonna do that 2 more times. So we'll lower the hips down and then lift back up. 1 more time, lowering down, lifting back up. And then just bring that right hand down, step the right foot back, make your way back to that downward facing dog, however you want to get there. All right, let's just go right into that other side. So inhale, lift that left leg back behind you, bend the knee, open the hip, and then square off the hips. Left leg reaches back behind you. Bring the left knee into the chest, come forward to that plank pose. Left foot steps forward, right knee comes down. Inhale, low lunge, arms sweep up. Exhale, airplane crescent. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior 2. Then inhale, warrior 2, right foot steps back, sweep the arms open. Reverse your warrior, left arm reaches up. Right hand comes down the right leg, or maybe you reach back, find that partial bind. Take a big breath in, breath out, coming to that side angle. Left hand comes down to the floor, perhaps. And then drop that right hand behind you. Wrap that left arm underneath that left thigh. See if you can grab fingertips. Roll the right shoulder open, maybe gaze up. Hold it just a little longer. I know the legs are burning. Take a big breath in, breath out. And then from here, we'll release the bind, right? Bring that right hand down. Let the right heel come up. Let the left arm reach up. And then heel toe that left foot towards the center of the mat again. And roll to the outer edge of that right foot. So we're in a modified side plank. All right, then take a big breath in. On your breath out, let your right hip lower towards the mat. Reach that left arm towards the right foot. And then inhale, press back up, lift the hips, reach the left arm towards the front of the mat. 2 more times, just like that, lowering down and lifting up. Lowering down, lifting up. Then just bring that left hand back down to the mat, step the left foot back, move through your vinyasa. Or skip it. Either way, we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Take a big breath in, breath out. Bend your knees, look at your hands, step or hop your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead all the way to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, so I promised you bird of paradise, right? So that is what we are going to find. So We're going to kind of go through it first, kind of stationary here at the front of our mat, and then we're going to move through our flow and see if we can add it into our flow. So first, take your feet a little bit wider than your hips, and then bend the knees, fold over the legs. Just drop the head for a moment, maybe shake things out. And then take your left elbow, bring it to inside the left knee or left kind of calf area, right? So you're wedging that left shoulder towards the left knee. Right, then from here, take that left hand, see if you can wrap it around that left thigh and bring it to maybe touch your left hip or your lower back, right? We're looking for some sort of bind. So I feel ya, I hear ya. If you are not getting there today, that is okay, right? We'll work on it anyways, and we'll see where we get. Okay, so then reach that right arm up towards the ceiling, and then bring that right hand to the lower back as well. See if you can grab fingertips, right? Keep the right shoulder rolling back. Big stretch for the shoulders. So if this isn't happening today, that is okay. Okay, so from here, shift your weight into that right foot, lift up the left heel, bend the right knee a little bit extra. And then when you are ready, we're gonna work towards standing. Okay, so if you've got the hands bound, stay there. If you don't have the hands bound, just think about keeping that right hand somewhere on that, or sorry, that left hand somewhere on the left thigh and just picking up the leg that way, right? You certainly don't have to have the bind to do this. All right, so either way, we're gonna work towards standing. We're gonna press through that right foot. We're gonna see if we can lift up, taking that left knee with us. This is just the beginning stages, right? So you can stay here the whole time, right? And in fact, you can just have that left hand underneath the left thigh, not binding at all. No problem. Okay, if you want to go a little bit further, see if you can start to straighten through that left leg. It certainly doesn't have to go straight at all, right? You could stay nice and bent. Maybe it starts to straighten. Take a big breath in, and then slowly make your way all the way back down. See if you can go nice and controlled, right? Let the left toes touch down. Release the arms, let them dangle. Right, so kind of lift up into a bit of a flat back so that the hands can dangle. And then just let the arms make kind of circles or whatever else might feel good. All right, then we're gonna do all of that on the other side. So I'm gonna face forward so that you can see it from just a different angle if that is helpful for you. But okay, your feet are slightly wider than your hips. We'll fold over the legs. The knees can be bent as much as you need. Take the right elbow inside the right calf and snuggle that right shoulder as close to the right knee as you can. All right, then from here, that right hand either just kind of grabs onto the right hamstring or see if you can wrap it around that right thigh, bring it to the right hip or even the low back perhaps. Okay, then that left arm reaches up, drop it behind the back, maybe it finds the right fingertips. So again, remember, you don't have to bind at all. But either way, we'll shift the weight onto that left foot, we'll lift the right heel, bend the left knee even more, and then see if you can rise up to standing. And maybe it takes you a few tries, that's okay. Okay, stand up nice and tall. Even if you're just grabbing onto that right thigh, you don't have to bind, right? Not at all. Okay, stay here, or maybe you start to take that right leg towards straight. All right, you can go towards straight or you can stay nice and bent. Stay for just a second longer. And then slow and controlled bend into that left knee, lower that right foot all the way back down to the ground. Release the hands, let the arms dangle, lift up to that flat back. Take your arm circles or whatever else feels good. Take a big breath in, breath out. And then inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, that's bird of paradise. So whether you love it or you hate it, we're gonna see if we're gonna add it to our flow. So here we go, we're just gonna stand at the top of the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step or hop the feet back to plank. We'll meet back in downward facing dog however you want. All right, so we'll all meet back in downward facing dog. Take a big breath in here. Let it go. And then here we go. So we're going to inhale, sweep that right leg back behind you, open up the hip, bend the knee. Then straighten through that right leg, square off the hips. Plank pose, bring that right knee in towards the chest. Right foot steps forward, left knee down. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, crescent airplane. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior three, airplane arms. Then warrior two, step that left foot back, sweep the arms open. To inhale, reverse your warrior, right arm reaches up, left hand comes down the left leg. All right, then reach forward, find your side angle. This is where we are going to add our bird of paradise. So we're going to see if we can find that bind, but regardless, remember you don't have to find the bind to find bird of paradise. So if you're going to find that bind, we're going to drop that left hand behind the back and then reach the right arm underneath that right leg. See if you can find fingertips. Whether you've got that or not, we're going to bend the left knee and see if we can take maybe a few little steps with that left foot till your feet come next to each other at the top of the mat. Then same as before, to see if you can start to shift the weight into the left foot, lift the right leg. Maybe right leg extends, maybe it doesn't. Maybe you're not even lifted, that's okay. You can stay in that fold and just find your twist. Slowly the right foot comes back down. Step the left foot to the back of the mat again, release that bind. We're back in our side angle. Take a big breath in, and then breath out. Left hand comes down, left heel comes up, right arm reaches up, and then again, shift the right foot to more of the center of the mat. We've just got two of these. So inhale, lifting up, and then exhale, lower the left hip down, reach the right arm. Inhale, lifting up, exhale to lower. Then plank pose, just bring that right hand down, step the right foot back. Vinyasa to downward facing dog. And then right away, we'll move into that other side. So inhale, sweep that left leg back, open the hips, bend the knee. Then square off through the hips, extend that left leg out. Plank pose, draw the left knee towards the chest. Then step the left foot forward, right knee comes down. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, crescent airplane. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior three. Then finding that warrior two, right foot steps back, sweep the arms open. Reverse your warrior, left arm reaches up. Side angle. Left arm comes down, right arm reaches up. And then maybe find that bind. Drop the right hand behind the back. Left hand comes underneath left leg. Maybe you grab fingertips. All right, then bend the right knee. Maybe take a few little steps with that right foot or step it just all the way up next to the left. And then shift the weight into that right foot. See if you can lift the left leg up. Bird of paradise. Maybe extend that left leg out. Then bring it all back down. Slow and controlled. Step that left foot to the ground. Keep the bind or don't. Step the right foot back. So we're coming back to that side angle. Arms will reach back out. Take a big breath in. And then on your breath out, start to find that side plank with the right hand down. And that left foot towards the center of the mat. All right, inhale here just to lift the hips up. And then exhale, right hip comes towards the mat, left arm reaches long. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to lower. Then inhale, come all the way to that plank pose. Left hand comes down, left foot steps back. And then just lower all the way to your belly. Untuck the toes. Let the forehead rest down for a moment. Take a big breath in. Let it go. Then we'll find our locust pose. Arms come back behind you. Inhale, lift head, chest, feet. Reach the fingertips back towards the heels. Take a big breath in. And then breath out, lower down, hands come by the rib cage, press yourself up to your knees, and then back to child's pose. Perhaps slow down the breathing. Take a big breath in, breath out. And then just find a seat. However you want to get there. We'll make our way to our bum. Okay, soles of the feet together, knees out wide, kind of like a cobbler's butterfly pose, whatever you want to call it. But then sit up nice and tall. So if it's hard to sit up tall in this position, then sit up on a pillow or a block or something like that. Okay, then from here, reach your right arm up. And then drop the right hand so that it kind of nestles on the back of your head, neck, or in between your shoulder blades. Okay, then the left hand is going to come to that right elbow. You're going to pull slightly in and then down. And then press your head back into that arm. Right, so no rounding forward if we can help it. Then either stay here or maybe you reach that left hand behind you to the lower back and then slide it up the back until maybe you touch fingertips or grab fingertips or whatever, right? If this is not happening today, that is okay. Stay right where it feels good for you. But keep the head pressing back into the arm. Take a big breath in, breath out. And then slowly release. I'm just going to stay facing away from you for this side. So we're going to inhale, reach that left arm up, right? You can still be in that cobbler's pose with the legs, or you could find a cross-legged position, whatever, right? Left hand comes to maybe behind the head, behind the neck, in between the shoulder blades. Right hand comes to that left elbow. You'll pull it slightly towards center, and then maybe you can press it down a bit more. Press the head into that left arm. Either stay here or maybe that right hand comes to the lower back and then slides up until it can maybe touch or grab fingertips. Take a big breath in, let it go. And then just release the arms to your side. Stretch the legs out long and just roll onto your back. So take a moment here and take your body into a big kind of X marks the spot, right? So your legs will go nice and wide and your arms will reach up overhead, but nice and wide as well. So if that doesn't feel comfortable, find any other way to lay. But otherwise, find this big X and just feel. Drop everything into the floor. Take a big breath in. Let it go. Then kind of center everything here. Draw the right knee in towards your chest, supine twist. Just draw that right knee across the body, reach that right arm out long, and maybe you cactus that right arm, right? That just kind of gives you a little bit more opening through the chest and the shoulder. And then come back through center, hug that right knee in. Take a big breath in. And then breath out, release it out long next to the left. Other side, just draw that left knee in. Supine twist. Maybe cactusing that left arm. And then slowly come back through center. Give that left knee a big hug. Take a big breath in. And then breath out, Shavasana. Legs extend out long, arms can be wherever feels good. And take one final big breath in. Let it all go. I encourage you to stay here as long as feels good for you. And then when you are ready, moving back into your day with some calmness perhaps, but also a sense of power. You are capable of much more than you think you are. Take a big breath in. Let it go. And if you are ready to move on with your day, bring your thumbs to third eye center. Thank you for joining me. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.